The holidays can be stressful for anyone, and it can be especially painful time for those facing a cancer diagnosis. Reverend Michael Langham, Director of Pastoral Care at Cancer Treatment Centers of America in Tulsa, is here to give us some guidance on what to say and what not to say when speaking to a loved one about cancer treatment. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
We are so scared to even say the word cancer. We say the C word, the big C. Why are we so scared to talk about it?
Well, usually when we're afraid of something, we don't know what to say. And a lot of people, they're afraid that it's going to happen to them. It's amazing that most people, when 50%, when it becomes public knowledge that they've been diagnosed with cancer, 50% of their acquaintances, when they see them come and turn and walk in the opposite direction, because they just don't know what to say.
It's so scary to have a loved one facing something like cancer. Now, how do we understand cancer enough so we can provide support to our loved ones?
Well, it's important to understand that the daily life of a cancer patient is filled with uncertainty and unpredictability. And regardless of how well-intentioned we are with our conversation, our words are either uplifting or they're going to be discouraging. And we need to get rid of the pat statements or those trite sayings for someone who's dealing with the reality of cancer on a daily basis. Those things aren't very helpful to them when their life, in many cases, is turned upside down because of all of the doctor's appointments and the treatments, and they need some words that are going to be more uplifting and helpful to them.
What are those trite sayings that people say too often?
Well, some of those are, if there's anything that I can do, give me a call. Well, especially if you're not going to be there or available when they call, what that means to them is that if I really need something, that's not someone that I can depend on.
Okay, now how do we be helpful? What do we say?
Well, there are some things that we can say. For instance, tell me how you're feeling right now. That lets them know that you care about what they're going through, that you're willing to listen. What we've discovered is that when cancer patients have an opportunity to share their stories, that is healing to them, and it allows them the opportunity to process their feelings and their emotions. Also, if you really want to help, let them know that you're available to help them and give them some practical suggestions. For instance, if you're fatigued after your treatment, maybe you need someone to fix dinner for you and your family for a couple of days. Or if you're having a doctor's appointment, maybe you need someone to pick your children up or take them to soccer practice.
It is a tough time this time of year because we're all stretched in so many different directions with the holidays. But just spending time with your loved ones when they're facing something so scary is great.
And especially the holidays are things that we need to take into consideration. We need to ask them what's important to them during this holiday seasons. We may need to reevaluate our expectations, especially if we're involved in parties and holiday events, or if we're having people over to their house. How much can that cancer patient really be involved in? And sometimes creating new traditions can be very important for cancer patients. If a loved one is going through cancer, maybe how they view the holiday season this year is a little different than what they viewed it in years past. And for someone that may have lost a loved one recently, and this is their first Christmas without them, whether they're involved in previous traditions or establishing new traditions for themselves, the issue is that they're involved in activities and being around other people. Again, it's part of the healing process for them.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Now, Cancer Treatment Centers of America has a special offer for Kansas City Live viewers, a subscription to Cancer Fighters Thrive Quarterly magazine. You can register to receive it by visiting cfthrive.com or by calling 888-348-5492. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Glad to be here. Thank you.